What's up, guys? I'm Third War. Alright, today's video is about the New World Order, alright? A lot of people say a New World Order is a conspiracy theory. It's not. George H.W. Bush, which is George W. Bush's father, actually said several times that a New World Order is going to come, whether or not we like it. And then there's other people that said it too. A lot of globalist bankers, a lot of other politicians, just a bunch of people that are at the very top of the pyramid, basically, when it comes to power, have said that a New World Order is coming. Alright, so a New World Order is a one world government, alright? One thing that they want in a one world government is one currency. So right now, you'll notice that a lot of the world's economies are completely crashing. They want that. As far as America's economy that's crashing, the Federal Reserve is our central bank, alright? Our founding fathers warned us to not get involved with central banks. Our central bank, I'm going to do a video on the Federal Reserve in a couple of days probably, but to basically break it down real quick, our central bank lends us money with interest. So if they give us $1 and they want interest, so they want $2 back, how are we going to pay them back that $2 if they only gave us $1? So then we lend $2 from them to pay back that debt, but then we owe $4 then because that $2 has $2 of interest on it. Do you know what I'm saying? So basically, it's a downward spiral that keeps going until it's completely crashed. And it's impossible to fix the economy with the Federal Reserve when the Federal Reserve is basically lending us our money, alright? Alright, so, another thing that they want, supposedly, there's a guy named Aaron Russo, and there's a documentary called Freedom to Fascism, and he has pictures of him with Nick Rockefeller, who was one of these elitists, and he says that Nick Rockefeller basically told him the plan of what they wanted to do, because I guess Aaron Russo used to be friends with Nick Rockefeller until he found out what their plans were for the world. And one of those things is an RFID chip. So basically everybody gets chipped up, you get a chip inside of you, basically implanted in there. No more need for credit cards, cash, any of that. You just have this chip, maybe you scanned it in front of a scanner or something, you just wave your arm across. And if you're what's the right word? If you're not what they want in society, if you're going against their rules or whatever, they can just turn off your chip, and you won't be able to buy food, won't be able to pay for rent, won't be able to basically live. So it'll be an easy way to just cancel out the people in society that are too rebellious or that won't fall in line. So that's one thing. Alright. Now, if you look around the world, you'll notice that also New World Order stuff is starting to ramp up fairly quickly. Alright. Surveillance is crazy. I mean, right now, I'm sure. I might sound paranoid, but just for saying keywords, my webcam might have just tapped on and people might be watching this in certain government agencies or something, you know what I'm saying? Our phones are tapped, that's obvious. Go read the Patriot Act. They're allowed to tap our phones now as of 9/11 to watch out for terrorists, you know what I'm saying? Street corners, you'll see cameras on street corners now. So basically, we're becoming a surveillance society, right? Sorry. Yeah, and they're basically watching us from every angle, and they're tapping into our phone calls, looking at our Facebook conversations. Facebook was actually started by the CIA. They won't tell you that. They'll say it's that Mark Wahlberg guy or whatever. It's to sell a fancy little story, but no, it was started by the CIA, and it's basically all for data mining. They can not only sell your stuff to corporations, that's no big deal. Yeah, that's one of the side things they can do, but primarily they can catalog who you are, what your face looks like, who your friends are, what your interests are, what pages you're liking, what you're talking about on there, like your status is, you know what I'm saying? So basically surveillance from every angle, alright? They're starting to violate our rights. Just look at airports. They're filling up on little kids now, filling up on old ladies, just regular adults, just everybody. They're filling up on everybody to protect us from terrorism once again. And I believe it was Benjamin Franklin that said, he who trades freedom for security deserves neither. Alright, so that means that if you're giving up your rights for security, which we are, we're giving up our rights for security from terrorism, we deserve neither. And now we're getting neither. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they're just completely destroying us, alright? So you need to recognize that. That's the first step, recognizing, alright? Now I believe they're starting to do this at football games too. So they're getting people used to the idea of being groped, basically, in private areas and everything for our security from terrorism. Alright. Another thing you'll notice is the police force is starting to get militarized. Alright. They're getting new vehicles, armor plated vehicles. You know what I'm saying? new police gear, of course, new weaponry, and instead of being a police force that's there to establish peace and protect the law, now a lot of them are actually going against the law. All right. National Defense Authorization Act was just passed by Obama on New Year's Eve when most of America was out being drunk. He passed it, and basically it kills the Bill of Rights. They're allowed to come to your house, or just anywhere basically, arrest you, take you away indefinitely without trial. So they can arrest you forever if they want, without reason. They don't need to put you through trial anymore and prove that you're guilty. They just have to say, I want to arrest him. And they could throw you in jail for as long as they want, and not many people will hear about it, and you'll just disappear from society, basically. They've made this legal now, alright? Of course, it's against the Constitution, but so many people don't even know the Constitution anymore that they're just completely violating it, and it's becoming law. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting. I mean, America is crumbling before our eyes. And so the National Defense Authorization Act and the militarization of our police force goes hand in hand, of course, because now you got the police force running around basically grabbing people that the powers that be don't want to be in society. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so yeah, central banking, the Federal Reserve, bad news. I'm going to do another video on that soon. The media, alright? My dad actually came up with a term called enemy-media. You might have heard it if you watched or listened to the Alex Jones show, because he called in and told him about that. But yeah, enemy media, alright? And so yeah, the media is all owned. It is basically, they tell us, they force down our throats what they want us to hear, alright? That's why in the beginning, now you're starting to hear about Ron Paul through the media, but at first they weren't airing him because they didn't want anybody to know about him. You know what I'm saying? Then people started finding out about him, and so they kind of have to give him some airtime now, or else it looks extremely suspicious. Now that a lot of people have caught on, but yeah, media is all owned. They tell you what they want you to think. It's television programming. You're watching your television program. They're programming you. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons I say turn off the TV, get rid of your TV. TVs emit alpha waves, which puts you in a trance-like hypnosis state. Basically turns you into a zombie. So you're just sitting there basically brain dead and absorbing their information without actually thinking about it. You're just absorbing it. Alright? I'm going to do another video on that as well, but turn off your TV. It's no good. Education system is completely destroyed. There was a lady named Maria Montessori who I might also do a video on, and she was all about making the child an individual. You know what I'm saying? She started. You might have heard of Montessori schools, and basically nurturing the part of the child, because every child has their own gift. You know what I'm saying? And her method was basically nurturing the gift that the child has and letting them grow up to become their own person, to be successful and whatnot. But then there was another force in America at the time that basically made her look extremely bad because they wanted a more socialist education program where it's all about uniting and staying together and working together and not focusing on the individual. That's a problem. Of course, working together is essential, but what good is working together if there's no individual? You know what I'm saying? If you're not independent, if you're not an independent thinker, then what does that make the whole? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that alone kind of mirrors the whole New World Order thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want any independent nations. They just want a one-world government. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, ever since we're little kids, they kind of indoctrinate this whole, this ideology inside of us so that when we grow up, we might be more receptive towards it, you know? So, yeah, education system is complete garbage. Public schools garbage. A lot of private schools are even garbage. Homeschool your kids, you know what I'm saying? Read books. A lot of these universities are garbage. They're not teaching you anything. They're teaching you how to obey rules and to basically be a slave. You know what I'm saying? They're not teaching you how to do critical thinking. They're not teaching you how to educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling you to read books on your own. They're telling you to read this book, and this book, and then take this test. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And then you go work your job and just do everything you were told basically for the rest of your life, and then you die. You know what I'm saying? That's the system we live in. Break away from it, alright? So yeah, another thing that most people don't know is that as of March 12th, impeachment proceedings for Obama have begun. There's a bill in Congress right now basically to impeach Obama, and that's not on the, you didn't hear that in the news, guarantee it. You didn't hear that on NBC or ABC or CNN or whatever the three-letter word news station is. Yeah, they won't tell you about that, right? Because it's all one big, basically centralized power. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to know that Obama has forces against him that are trying to impeach him, because they don't want you to go on that side and give more power to that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep that in mind. Defense Secretary, I think you pronounce it Leon Panetta, said, I'm going to read what he said. Our goal would be to seek international permission before taking military action in Syria. Alright? Not permission from Congress. They want international permission, which means from the UN or NATO or whatever. That's a problem. That's against the Constitution. That alone shows that they're getting closer and closer and closer to a new world order, one world government. Alright? We're supposed to be going to our Congress if we want to start a war or whatever. We're supposed to ask Congress and then let Congress decide. Not ask some international entity or organization that isn't tied in with America at all. I mean, here's America, and then here's the international force or whatever that we're asking. And basically, instead of asking the law structure that we're supposed to be asking the Congress, we're going off to this guy over here who might not have our best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's definitely some crazy shit going on right now. Look more into the New World Order. There's a lot. It encompasses so much more than this. All right, this is just basically touching the surface, like I'm doing in all my videos. I'm not giving you nearly all the details and information that really goes on each subject that I'm talking about. I'm just touching the surface so that you know what to start researching, so you have a foundation to start looking stuff up from, basically. So yeah, look up New World Order, One World Government, and all that. I mean, people say, "Oh, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist." It's like, no, this is happening. You can see it. You can even watch it on the media channels that are owned by them. You know what I'm saying? You'll see the media channels basically pump stuff into your ears about stuff that benefits the New World Order, stuff that would bring a one world government into place. You know what I'm saying? This is no secret now. It's all becoming all too obvious. So yeah, look up New World Order, One World Government, and that's it for this video. If you listen to Underground Hip Hop, check me out. Click this box up here. And that's it. I got more videos coming soon this week, so stay tuned. Later.